Today's episode is brought to you by the Tax Defense Group. Tax season is here, and that means it's time to file. Instead of going through the hassle of walking to an H&R Block, you can call the experts at the Tax Defense Group. They can handle your tax filing anywhere. Also, for a limited time, if you're a W-2 employee, you can save half off your filing. All you have to do is call the Tax Defense Group before April 15, 2020, and mention that you saw this ad on UCast Studios. Call the Tax Defense Group today at 800-850-7973. The number again is 800-850-7973. And you can visit them online at thetaxdefensegroup.com. Also, shout out to our second sponsor, Junkie. There are millions of good paying jobs out there, and what might be holding you back from getting one of them is having an up-to-date, well-written resume. Junkie offers a resume writing service for the low cost of $145. And with only a 3-day turnaround, you can't beat the price and delivery time. Call Junkie today at 805-587-7966, and you can visit them online at RoddyJunkie.com. Mention that you saw this ad on UCast Studios, and they'll get right to work. Welcome everyone back to TheDomCast, episode 54. I am here with only one co-host today, only E. You say what's up?
What's good?
Yes, what a shitty year, but we're gonna try to have a good time here. Yeah, if you haven't heard, if you've been abstaining from social media or you were on a sabbatical or whatever, the NBA has suspended their season due to the coronavirus. Bro, everything interesting this year has basically been suspended at this point. Movies aren't coming out. I mean, people say they weren't going to see Fast and the Furious, but it was Dylan this morning telling me that Fast 8 had like one of their best hauls, so people clearly were still going to go see the movie. That's pushed back a year. You said Mulan was pushed back a year?
Mulan and a couple Disney projects also got pushed back.
So I have no reason to expect that we're going to see Black Widow this year, because that was around the same time as these movies.
That was like around May.
May. Summer, right? So cinemas basically getting shut down, schools getting shut down. A lot of people. We'll get to all that. By
the way, Rod is in quarantine. His family's paranoid, so he's not leaving the house right now. That's why he can't be with us this week.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about that I almost skipped right past why he wasn't even here. Yeah, no, rightfully so. Rod's people are a bit older. And yeah, with the incubation period of coronavirus, nobody knows if they have it, and because of how America is, or the United States is completely botching the handling of this right now, nobody's really getting tested. So technically, either one of us could have it right now. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know for probably about a week or so. And if Rod were to be here, he could easily take it back, and his people are susceptible. Therefore, I don't know when Rod is coming back. He too is suspended from the podcast for a little while, but. I'm just now noticing. I'm just a bit at a loss for words in this pod, because I never experienced anything even close to this. When you start looking at major sports leagues, I guess that's part of the thing that happened when Kobe passed, was like sports leagues and professional sports league, they give off this aura of invincibility, like the players do, right? Like nothing that goes on in the world ever really affects them. Like anything, shit could be hitting the fan, but we still gonna have the championship. We still got the playoffs. That stuff never gets touched. Season suspended a couple of days ago. Very, rightfully so. March Madness is gone as well, but I'm trying to see what to latch on to first, because there's just so much here. I'll let you give your thoughts on everything first, and then we'll go, because there's just so many little things to go.
The first you start off is your reaction when you heard the season. Right? Well, the season's been suspended for further notice. Like, what was your first reaction?
It wasn't that surprising, just because there was events leading up to that, and so. Like it didn't just happen like no season. It didn't just happen like that. We were actually here together, and everything was happening in events. You started getting notifications that the Jazz and OKC game was delayed, and that the doctor had ran onto the floor. But even before that, they had already been talking about not playing with fans. The Warriors on Thursday were not going to play their game with fans. That would have been yesterday. They weren't going to play against the Nets. It was going to be an empty arena. So there were steps leading up to this. And so once the doctor ran out on the floor, we heard Rudy Gobert was feeling sick, and he wasn't even in the building that night. Then we heard he was going to get tested. I was like, okay, this is probably over. Right. And so about 30 minutes later, we heard that, and I wasn't shocked. But were you? Like this? That at that point, it didn't shock me. By the time we found out.
Well, it wasn't shocking, but also surprising. I guess you don't really suspect something like this to happen, even though we know the coronavirus was making its way to America. We know. That's like most things. We just like, it's crazy, but
until it actually.
I'm not going to feel this.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think we're watching this. Heard about the same game where someone puked in the higher levels and they like shut the whole game down.
Yeah, I never confirmed if that is actually what happened or not. I think see, somebody said, I guess somebody was at that game and said somebody puked in the stands and everyone freaked out. Yeah. But now we know like the actual story was they the players had to get tested, and Chris Paul went to the Jazz bench and supposedly they told him like, don't come over here because Gobert had it. But I guess we can go that way with it too, because there's so much to talk about NBA and not NBA with this. Because you saw that, did you ever get around to seeing the Rudy Gobert video? Yeah, so that was actually a question from somebody was asking, and now we know the NBA is not taking any action, but did you think that he should have been fined or suspended when things come back? No, absolutely not, because technically you can't, you don't really know if he's the one that spread the coronavirus. Donovan Mitchell could have had it first, and this pass to Rudy Gobert, he just being irresponsible, start touching things. But it's hard to say he's the one that spreading all the coronavirus to everyone else. Oh yeah,
we just been an idiot, but and the fact that reporters was like making fun of it. Also, they was laughing at the time, so I guess everybody saw this as a harmless joke. But now we know it's real serious and stuff. It's just not good optics for him, the way everything happened. Because you're absolutely right. It could have easily been Donovan Mitchell had it, and then Rudy. Nobody knows the sequencing of events. Nobody knows when he actually contracted it. But yeah, I guess with as far as the question somebody asking, should Rudy Gobert have been suspended or punished? It's like I think the embarrassment from this whole thing is probably enough. Yeah. He looks stupid right now. Because Twitter, Twitter makes its decisions, and Twitter has deemed Rudy Gobert as the guy who shut down the 2020 NBA season, because that's really when it happened. But the fact that there was a video of him doing like a kid touching stuff in the store of all the microphones, and we know at that point that was only like a day or two before the actual game, so he probably had it by that point. We don't know. Yeah, but Donovan Mitchell got tested the same night or the day after? Pretty much like the day after we found out he had it. The day after Rudy Gobert, which is kind of crazy to think that nobody else in that OKC team or Utah team had it. Like none of them tested positive for it besides Gobert and Donovan. I was expecting to hear like whole team got. Well, also speaking of the team, you heard the rumors of they was frustrated that he was touching everybody's belongings prior to that. Really? No, I didn't. Yeah, it's ESPN and also reported that Jazz team members voiced their frustration with him because he was touching everybody's belongings. Oh, like as a joke? Yeah, prior to that mic thing. I actually didn't hear that one at all. Wow. So some rumbling coming out. It's not hard to believe if trade him. That's not a weird thing. Right. Extremely unfortunate. Emmanuel Mudiay got tested as well, obviously, because he was feeling sick with Gobert, but he didn't have it. So, I mean, that's good because we started to trace back and look at it like it was dominoes afterwards, because we're saying, okay, who did they play that week? They played the Raptors, and then it's like, okay, you think about how that's why it's good the NBA went ahead and they probably should have canceled earlier or suspended earlier. Is what I should say. They probably should have suspended earlier. As you think about how easily it could spread in an NBA game, like player touched the ball, everyone on the court had the ball. Yeah, anybody who touched the ball, I just realized that. Yeah. Right? Ref, like player touched the ref bump into somebody in the front row. Player dive in like stands. Yeah. Next thing you know, like some stands, old lady got it's like dominoes. It's really like that. And so yeah, NBA season is suspended. What we know, just some information for the listeners. Again, I saw news organizations. The first thing they said was like NBA canceled season because it was like shock value headlines. No, it's not canceled. As a matter of fact, we've had more updates since then. So Adam Silver, and shout out to Adam Silver, by the way, because he's handled some real like tragedies and like hard moments from the minute he stepped in the NBA. You got Donald Sterling, China situation. They handled the Kobe situation beautifully. David Stern, like everything. So shout out to Adam Silver for being a kick-ass commissioner. But yeah, he came out and said that the league's on hiatus for 30 days right now. So I believe that was announced today. I'm pretty sure that was announced today. So that would put us at like April 13th, which is either like right at the start of the playoffs or really close to the playoffs. But again, that's the hiatus is 30 days and then we'll see. Like it's not like we'll see. Yeah, we probably shouldn't expect basketball in the next 30 days, especially because again, I can't with the way this is being handled in this country right now. I can't imagine that this is going to get any better anytime soon. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better. But everything being shut down, like it's a cause for panic. But like low key, everything being shut down is the helpful thing right now, because again, like how we just said, how it could spread through a basketball game. The PGA shut their stuff down. The college season's all gone as well, and so that type of thing to mitigate it and to contain it might be what helps at this point, I don't know if we can contain it. If we can actually do a good job containing it at this point where we're at right now. But yeah, that really shouldn't be the thing that's causing people to panic. If anything, that's a good thing. The less social interaction, the better. But how did you feel? Because I didn't before this really hit the fan. They were talking about playing in front of empty arenas, and is that something you would have wanted to see? Because they were talking about that. No,
absolutely not.
Why not?
It's equivalent to playing a 2K game when you turn on the volume down, all you hear is like the sneakers,
right?
The ball passing, or like summer league vibes,
right?
Yeah, you need the crowd involved.
Yeah, and I never thought about, until we got to this moment, I never thought about how important a crowd is to like basketball and to sports and all that. Because once they said that, once it became official and they were like, okay, Warriors playing tomorrow with no crowd, I'm like, okay, Warriors and Nets, I mean, it's a fun experiment, like for a regular season game. I want to hear the players if they, calling each other bitch asses.
Yeah, everybody get mic'd up. That'd be great.
Yeah, no, see, that'd be cool. Yeah, because then it's like, yeah, I want to hear somebody. I would love to hear what LeBron said to Steph in the finals back in like 2016. But then did you see on Twitter, people started posting videos of like major moments without any sound, like when Kawhi Leonard hit the.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, people were actually doing that because back before the season was canceled, they were like, "This is how the playoffs about to be," and it had like Kawhi Leonard game winner against the Sixers, and all you heard was straight sneakers and like this thing bouncing on the rim and the commentators. So I didn't think that was going to be a good look. Yeah, right. They did it for March Madness too when Villanova hit that game winner.
Yeah,
I didn't think that was going to be a good look for any of the sports that were talking about that, because these moments, the finals moments, March Madness, they live on for years. And you don't want to look back in like 2025 and have a recording of LeBron and Giannis in the finals, and it's nothing but like just straight like sneakers.
I got him. Switch.
How the phantom cam won't look as good with no crowd in the background, and LeBron hit like it's not gonna hit the same,
Right.
I'm happy that they just put it to bed, but now this causes all types of complications because we're literally in uncharted waters with no guide because, like I said, 30-day hiatus. Oh, by the way, just some more details for the listeners. There's a couple of things that go with that. So there's a doomsday provision, me and you were talking about. That's actually in the CBA. That's the collective bargaining agreement that governs how the NBA and the players do business. Doomsday provision is apparently like if the season doesn't finish at all, a certain amount of these players, the owners have the right to not pay the players a certain amount of their salary, a certain percentage of salary. And so I just seen on Twitter they were talking about all the rookies that spent their check on Gucci and Supreme and shit, having heart attacks right now. But look, I mean, everything's jokes, but that's kind of sad when you think about it.
Plus, for the players like Bradley Beal, Kevin Love, that took the contract on bad teams, he probably don't see all that.
All right, yeah, exactly. Not gonna see it. That's gonna hurt. It's definitely gonna hurt the fringe players more because. Yeah, that's that hurt. That's one, and the NBA and the players are getting together to have a moratorium, so no business is conducted in this time at all. Obviously,
because a lot of returns.
Right,
Bentley's getting returned quick.
Crazy. Hey man. So there's those situations, but again, with the uncharted waters, like there's just things like we don't know, because I'm seeing all types of stupid suggestions, and I'm wondering what you think about these, because where I kind of stand is. Well, I'm gonna let you go first. Like, how you think it should be handled going forward? So, say we're able to play in 30 days. Do we just jump right back into the playoffs?
Well, again, what you mean able to play?
Well, in the very unlikely situation that
vaccine come out of nowhere, everybody cured.
Well, again, that's the thing with the vaccine, right? That's the question I had when I originally made my video. I was saying, okay, if a player like Gobert heals, right, and he's strong again, can he still transmit it to somebody, or is it just gone? And or are these players not able to play again until they get a vaccine? So they're truly good. I don't know. Those are things we don't know. We're too early in the process. But what I'm talking about is they're saying things like, oh, we might push the season into like the summer and like have like finals in August and shit like that, and all these types of things where again nobody knows how they're gonna work. So I'm wondering what you think about these, or should we, if in some godly event we're able to just come back next month, did we just hop straight into the playoffs?
I think if we cause I think it's 30 days, right?
30 days now, right
so
now.
30 after 30 days, I think she'll hop in the playoffs
if we can, and
all clear, hop in the playoffs.
So no chance for the Pelicans to get back into playoffs. Like fuck all that. Like we're not pushing games back. Yeah.
Because you run into August, you got summer camp, draft, free agency. It's too much going on. It's too much going on.
Yeah,
it'd be too compacted that area to. I think a lot of people gonna miss out on things. Business not gonna get done properly if you compact that time of the year.
Yeah, I just feel like this is again. Nobody could have seen this coming. Shit happens sometimes. This is one of those moments. I don't want it to start scratching other seasons as well. Not scratching, but like bumping
digging
shoulders.
Into it, yeah.
Because what they're talking about right now, like it's this desperate thing where we might end up having the finals in August. Like what? Like no, because then. Just a quick reminder for everybody to check out the sponsors of this video. Both Tax Defense and Writer Junkie links can be found in the comment section and description of this video. That means you're probably going to have to push next season back, 2021 season. Yeah. Like it's gonna
probably start in December or something,
right? Like either you're gonna eat into those games or you're gonna push that season back. And so are you permanently altering the schedule now? Then if you do that. And if you're playing the finals in August, then you got to have free agency. You still got to have the draft, like you said.
It's too compacted right there. Too,
yeah, so the way I'm looking at it is like certain disasters like this, you just can't plan for.
Again, like I think I said yesterday, this does allow the NBA to switch up the schedule. I know they want to cut games in, so this is the perfect time to figure all that out.
Yeah, that you're right. That does open up our opportunity because they talked about a lot of things.
The tournament, all that extra stuff. So cutting the schedule down is a perfect opportunity now.
Yeah, they've been toying with this season, like you said, cutting down the schedule, talking about maybe starting basketball after. What was it? They said after football or something like that. Did you remember when I think that was like a month ago that suggestion came up where like basketball and football don't happen at the same time or whatever. So if there was ever a time to start moving things around, like this is probably it, definitely.
Right.
But yeah, I personally don't want to like. I get it, like LeBron's going for his 4th ring this year and everything and all this other stuff, but I don't want to see no finals in August. I don't want to see. I don't want to see no finals. I don't want to see like we come back in June and pick up the schedule where it was. Like all that stuff just sounds like a nightmare because it's going to mess up next season.
And plus, to my understanding, the players can't leave their city,
market.
They
can't train together right now.
So I don't want to see players come back in August looking all crazy.
Yeah,
looking all sluggish and they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like the way it works right now is like July 1st starts a new calendar year for the NBA. It starts a new season for the NBA. Right. So if we don't have anything figured out by then, fam, just cut this season. Like, just destroy it, banish it. Because what we gonna do? We didn't know a deadly
But what
virus.
I'm saying is, what happened to like historical numbers?
That's what I'm talking about when I say uncharted waters. Nobody knew any of this was coming. Right. You can't plan for something like this, and so. It hurts that thing. I think things like this haven't set in yet, but yeah, that hurts as an NBA fan. I know there's a whole life component to this, but we're talking about the NBA right now, and I'm just talking about like the fact that a player like LeBron, we're talking about year 17 and how Father Time hadn't caught up with him yet.
Just reached 34,000 points. You take all that back.
All these things. Well, you still count the numbers that have happened up to this point.
Okay.
But I'm saying like the fact that you never know how anything works in sports. This year could have been one of his last runs. You know what I mean? This could have been his last like real because you don't know what happens to his teammates or anything. So this could have been his last real chance at like getting a championship and getting one with LA, and that could. If it happens like I'm hoping, where if things aren't figured out, where it can happen before we get into like the summer and things like that, then just go ahead and cut the season, just cut it dry, just stop it. Because I think I heard in the podcast you were just playing, they said that happened in baseball a while ago or something like that, where there was a strike.
Yeah, they just canceled the whole season.
Yeah, it's just, you just got because otherwise you start this desperate. Like what happens if we get back in August and now all of a sudden the Nets are a 7th seed and they got Kyrie and KD healthy and now they make a run. Now
people automatically healthy now, right?
Yeah, so now they're a 7th seed and they played Toronto in the first round, and now Toronto looked crazy because we thought we was about to have to just game plan for Dinwiddie. Like we didn't ask for all this, so not saying that KD could just come back and carry that, but still that type of situation happens, and then everything you start putting asterisks next to things too, because it's like come on.
Oh yeah, the whole season asterisk.
It's different teams that done came back now in the same season. Yeah, nobody want to see that, bro. So yeah, if the world is not in some type of order for sports in the next 30 days, then I think we just drop it, honestly. Just drop it and cut your losses and go forward. And it's unfortunate because, again, it's just unfortunate for a lot of players. It's very, especially in this season, too. I was just thinking, like, this is the first season we've had since 2016 where it was genuinely entertaining to watch all the way out. And there was multiple things to watch for at night and things to look forward to as well. And, all that.
This year been trash so far.
Yeah, 2020 has been like, I know people say these things like throughout the year, like one bad event happens, like 2019 is trash, but like, bro, this is we were talking about this in the car. I was like, yo, this year I'm actually like a little bit. I feel some type of way right now. And I'm just like, it was one thing with sports, but you talk about cinemas getting moved back, like the movies getting pushed back, all these type of events. I was thinking about hitting up my first concert this summer. I know that's not gonna happen probably now.
Not at all.
I'm trying to catch this beach real quick, like this weekend, just for maybe one last time, real quick before shit really shut down. But this year has seen its fair share of trashiness. But yeah, that's basically what we have with coronavirus in the league. We really don't know. We really don't know a whole lot right now. Last night Charles Barkley's getting tested now as well.
Yeah,
I never heard his results, so you know, I hope he's good.
Well, I know he came down on college level because they wasn't willing to shut down.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like if you college, like how you looking, the professionals aren't playing. You like, yeah, but we still gonna go have March Madness without a crowd.
Yeah, it's a money grab. You know how that shit. But they finally shut it down once the PR start getting heat.
Yeah.
Start sweating, so they had to shut the whole thing down.
Yeah, because like that would have looked crazy. And again, with no crowd too. Like part of March Madness is literally the crowd.
It's madness.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no fucking madness, no crowd.
Right, like the way all the games used to be like super competitive. March Madness seemed like a scripted part of life where like the games just. You get a certain amount of games that are just nail biters, but like without the crowd there, like I don't think that would hit the same at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, all major sports gone right now. I mean, I don't watch baseball, but I heard they're pushing back their spring training and possibly most likely the start of the season as well.
Yeah, going towards like not just sports but like everyday life, the coronavirus. Again, I wasn't expecting it to be this major. I think everybody is how it is. When
because you have a certain amount of people that are like, oh, this is not that serious. Yeah, you know, and then.
But when you seeing like hospitals getting over capacity and like Europe got no flight zone, Italy got shut down. Like, it's kind of crazy. Now.
Italy's completely like. I wonder how that. I'd love to know how that's working with like food and stuff like that. Because I don't know how that works. Like I'm afraid of that happening. I hope it doesn't come to that here, but with the way that it's spreading, I don't see how at some point, like everybody's got on spring break right now. So college we went to, they went ahead and put everything online. That's pretty devastating if you're a senior, because the worst part of college is literally the classes. Like the best part about college is the experience you get to have like with people around there. So like imagine having to, even if you're not a senior, imagine having to finish the rest of college this year on a computer basically. Like, you only getting the worst part now. So looks like we got out right in time.
I don't know it's South Korea or China, but like you have in China, South Korea, they walking around with they're taking people temperatures.
Oh,
you got any irregular temperature, you getting snatched up, you getting quarantined. The symptoms are slight fever. So if your temperature is off by 2 degrees, you can
come over here real quick.
Come with us.
Step outside real quick. Yeah, but
so we ain't get to that point, but we don't have in America. We don't have that, like you said, we don't have that like a situation or a plan in place for situations like this.
Yeah, not a good one anyways.
No, not a good one.
I think at one point we had a response for something like this, but that's been dashed apparently.
Yeah, so.
That's what I was saying. Dylan and my brothers and everybody just got out on spring break. I already told them like I'm pretty sure this spring break is indefinite, and they just haven't said it yet. Because a lot of states, like I think I just saw what state was it? I know I had a fan in Michigan that said their school is done right now. I believe Louisiana just had their school called until April 13th right now, so they just got a month out of school. And I keep studying the numbers of how like the cases multiply or whatever. So just with the way that's happening, it's very hard not to imagine like school, like in a lot of places, is going to be closed. Then next things like businesses, I guess, are probably going to hold out because business is about money at the end of the day. They're going to hold out as long as they can. Some businesses,
like I am kind of worried about business like that demands on traffic. If they see they getting a lot of traffic in a store or company, they can lay off employees.
Yeah, exactly. This is gonna get bad.
Yeah, I'm worried about the little people, the employees.
Yeah, exactly, because the have-nots always feel the most effect from these types of things.
I know I told you, but I was going to announce on the podcast that me and Irvin got invited to perform at South by Southwest, but they canceled the event.
Yeah,
and that festival laid off 50 employees because of the virus. So it's affecting everybody.
It's affecting everybody in a different way. Shout out to the NBA. Well, some of the NBA franchises, by the way, because like they're actually trying to. I hadn't sent it to you, but Giannis and Kevin Love both donated $100,000 to their arena employees.
Oh, that's super dope.
Yeah, to keep them, because like a lot of them work on like hourly wages and stuff like that. So Mark Cuban, one of the first things he said when we found out the league was canceled, was like, "Yeah, we're gonna put a program in place to make sure our people are fed because that's what they depend on. Like, they've got families,
and not just the NBA games, the other." events in arenas get canceled too.
Yeah,
so,
all that. Yeah, I'm assuming more and more tours are gonna go down. And yeah, it's definitely hitting everybody. It's hitting everybody differently. Like I work with SeatGeek all the time. That's the people who give out tickets for the arenas. But like, I'm pretty sure I'm not working with them for a couple of months because what do they go sell tickets to? Tickets to right now. So yeah, everybody's probably gonna feel this in one way or another. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't escalate, because the hardest thing right now is just that it's deadly to certain people is the thing.
Right.
Yeah, you're deadly to, like we said, like with Rod and his people. It's deadly to them. It's not deadly to us per se, unless you have some pre-existing condition that makes you susceptible. But for us, we can catch it and be sick, but then we can spread it to a ton of people just by the things we touch.
Yeah, even though we're not facing any fatal outcome, the fact that you don't want to waste hospital resources trying to figure you out when they got pressing matters. Yeah, just be careful,
Yeah, and the fact that, again, like we said at the beginning with the incubation, that as you could have it for me, and you could have it right now and not know for about another week. And then we've already been to the gym multiple times. We've touched numerous handles, and we're saying as clean as possible. Like I told you, this thing has turned me into a germaphobe. Like, every time I make contact with something, I'm straight in the bathroom next minute. So we're keeping it as clean as possible. But I
got hand sanitizer right now.
Yeah, I saw you pour it. What did you use hand sanitizer? What was the reason for hand sanitizer?
Just because I feel the itch.
Yeah, I thought you sneezed or something.
It's getting like a muscle memory now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But shout out to retail workers as well, because I'm hearing some of them, like, they have to wash their hands super frequently. Yeah. I saw on Twitter somebody was saying like their damn hands are cracking from how much they have to wash their hands and hand sanitize their hands. And went to get a haircut yesterday, but I handed the money to, had like thick gloves on and shit like that. Like, it's affecting life, literally everywhere. And so that's it's not much we can do but wait. Italy, I think they said they had like 250 deaths in a day or something like that.
That's wild.
Yeah, and so this is like living through the start of a movie, but hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, you think of like some Last of Us plot, like Last of Us plot. They probably came up with this simple virus, and people turn to zombies. I don't, people be trading hand sanitizer for toilet paper in like 5 years.
Yeah, when
fighting over supplies.
Yeah, when the NBA got canceled, I was like, it seems like we might be like a week out from like going for foraging for our food and shit.
Right.
Like,
I'll take it. Walking Dead out here.
We got to put together a team in a minute. Right. Hit the bunker. But yeah, I mean, there's so much more we could probably talk about with Corona. But unless you have more to say about it, honestly, I'm probably chilling, because we don't know a whole lot about it right now. We don't know. I know the president right now is giving some speech as we're podcasting, so we'll see what's happened with that when we get off. Maybe that'll have given us something interesting to talk about with that. As far as the podcast goes, because I know some people were worried. I saw some people talking about it. Podcast, because the NBA is gone now too. Luckily, like, we've been diversifying this podcast for a minute. Like, we've been adding extra sections, even in the content I create, period. Like, I've been doing other games and stuff as well, so like we'll be all right with that, because there will still be stuff. I'm assuming there'll be some drip of news like for the next month for a while with the NBA, but especially with Instagram, we always put the questionnaire out, and there's always more things to talk about. And that's what we like. Last podcast was literally half and half. It just so happened to be like last podcast, the one right before the shit really hit the fan, was probably like 50 NBA, 50 other stuff, because like the NBA season started to get redundant at a certain point as you get towards the end as well. So as it pertains to the coronavirus, wash your hands, stay as clean as possible. If you're young like us, just be mindful that not everybody else is, and so you can spread it. And let's just let's see how the rest of 2020 goes with this, whether it gets better or worse. So we're moving on from that's literally the NBA side right now. The whole NBA side was except for except just a little. I mean, it doesn't matter now; it's insignificant. But I think it feels like 3 years ago now that the Nets coach got fired. Did you even hear that this week?
Yeah, it's like 4 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Atkins, right?
Yeah, Atkinson. Yeah, the Nets got fired. I felt like the timing of that was really weird, because they were in the middle of a playoff run, and they
somebody said something to them.
What do you mean?
Maybe players, or I believe said something to front office to get rid of them, because that's strange timing.
Yeah, a lot of Nets fans were saying that the most frequent diagnosis I got from Nets fans where they were saying he was a good development coach, but they were like with KD and Kyrie and going forward and trying to compete for a title, they said that they wanted something different.
But didn't rumors said Joe Harris said that the atmosphere of culture changed when them two got there?
Joe Harris said that?
Rumors.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
I don't validate that. But
yeah, I doubt when they're
it came to my phone like on the little Google News things.
Right.
But I don't know. But of course, you have those type of player with that type of personality. You need a certain type of coach.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just weird that they did it before. Like, why not wait till the summer to do that? Back then, when we had a summer, you know.
And plus, I don't know what coach you can hire to handle those two personalities, man.
Yeah, or Kyrie and KD.
Yeah,
we might need to go back to the Bill Russell days whenever the NBA returns and have them like player coach.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not like KD's uncoachable or anything.
Well, with the combination of Kyrie and you know how both of them guys are.
Yeah, KD can be like weird to the media sometimes, and then obviously with Kyrie as well. And then because I remember Kyrie,
I'm assuming going to feed off each other though. They're going to feed off each other,
right?
The energy, you know what I mean?
So just let them player coach it up next year and they get back.
I don't know. You can get like
yeah. I wonder.
Paul Ty Lue.
Who wanted Ty Lue before this whole thing was happening?
Clippers. He with Clippers right now.
Yeah, but somebody wanted him. Somebody was like, "Oh, Kyrie." Yeah, that was right.
Kyrie.
Did they say Kyrie wanted Ty Lue? Yeah,
I get Ty Lue.
That's funny. After all the years of like him getting roasted, back when they were coaching Cleveland, and now it's like that's our guy. But yeah,
strange. But I guess they wasn't in the playoff. They wasn't in the playoffs, so he like, yo, y'all can't beat Magic. Let's get you out of here. Maybe
who?
Nets.
Yeah, they were 7th seed.
They was.
Yeah.
Then I don't understand this.
Yeah, they were 7th seed with the Magic, and they were they was 7th seed at the time that they fired him. So.
Okay, I thought it was like 8th.
Or mutually agreed to go separate ways.
Oh, yeah, that term.
And I believe Jack Vaughn was gonna. You remember Jack Vaughn?
Magic Jack Vaughn?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was their guy.
No.
You didn't like. Well, he was to take over while Atkinson was out, like interim.
He's a horrible coach.
Really? You didn't like him when he was?
Not at all.
He was down here, right?
I was here. I wasn't imagine when he was here.
Oh, really? What
he don't call play. They be looking at a clipboard and staring at other people.
That's the impression you came away
Jack
with.
Vaughn, the black ball guy, right?
Yeah,
same guy. Yeah, he's a horrible coach, man.
Damn. Because I mean, is it not that he was coaching the Magic and it's just like
No, it's like again. I guess from what I sit at, where I stand at, when I on the bench, he just to be out in space.
So that was the time when you were working there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just out in space and it's
right.
Somebody felt like, huh? Like, I'm good.
Well, yeah, he was just interim anyway, so
okay, I got interim. You ain't really,
but now there's not going to be an interim, so that whole thing happened. Who used to coach the Magic, who turned out to be a great commentator? I don't know if you noticed, but Stan Van Gundy, he turned out to be an awesome commentator.
He was a good coach, though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I was just saying, as a coach, to coach the commentator thing,
yeah.
he was bringing like. Cause who just got that bag in the NFL to commentate? Romo, right?
Romo.
Yeah. And I know like a year ago, I think they were praising Romo on his commentary.
Yeah, he's
calls.
a great commentator.
Yeah, apparently he was calling stuff before it happened.
Yeah,
like,
straight. He finna do this, watch this, and do the exact same play.
Some people said they didn't like that though, like because there were fans that were complaining about that. I guess.
Yeah, like fan, don't tell me the game. I don't want to watch the game.
He knew it.
Tell
so
me after
well.
The fact. Yeah,
he knew it so well that he was calling the actual play before.
Right.
Yeah, but Stan Van Gundy, I did want to mention him on here because he was before that meteor hit the NBA just now. He was doing a really good job commentating because I think commentators in the NBA have got like a stigma now of being overtly negative towards the sport, especially former players. Because people complain about Shaq and Charles like. Just basically saying, "Oh, I don't like to watch today's game." Or
you sure? I thought it was getting too goofy because of Chris Webber, the Reggie Millers. People like how they commentate.
I think people get on Chris Webber and even Marv Albert now for is like messing up calls because like they'll straight call a player by a different name or something like that. Like it'd be Derrick Rose out there. And
what? Yeah, I think Mark, the guy that does it a lot. He mixes up names.
Who's that?
No, the guy's name. The main white guy that do the commentating.
Yeah, so I was talking about Chris Webber, and you said Reggie Miller. Oh, Jeff Van Gundy?
I like Jeff Van Gundy. I'm talking about the main commentator who always on the games.
Oh, well, you have Marv Albert.
Yeah, he mixed up names.
Yeah, right.
But C-Web starts telling stories or something strange that don't go with the game.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you understand the I guess you say hate. It's not really. Nobody really hates anybody, but the hate towards Reggie Miller and Chris Webber as commentators. Because
I don't think they over dramatic. I think people get over dramatic with their commentating, but it's sometimes you'll see C-Web talk about a player game, but the way he explained it's like why?
Yeah, why?
It'd be like so off, and it'd be so long winded,
right?
And like, yo, this amazing how the guy, and like the guy's not even playing in the game that's actually playing. It's like, yo, what we doing here?
Yeah, because like on nights when they're commentating, like it never fails. They'll be trending by the end of the night. Like Reggie Miller will be trending because people are complaining about the calls so much. Basically,
I do like the combination of Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson.
Yeah, I like that. People don't like Jeff Van Gundy either.
Well, he always say, I hate. They got moved. He always want to change rules and stuff.
Right. You know what I don't like?
He always want to change a rule or something.
I'm entertained by their calls. By Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. I'm entertained by. I don't much mind them, to be honest with you.
Because I never liked that play. Yeah. Like, all right, man.
The only pet peeve I really have with Mark Jackson is the don't do that. Like he said, don't do that. Like like somebody will make like a lighthearted comparison. It won't even be that serious. He's like the. What do you call it on Twitter? Not what about Twitter? Damn, I forgot. I have a name for those people on Twitter. They want to argue about everything. Damn, I forgot. Yeah, it's like
it's a term for them.
Yeah, Damn, it's slipping my mind now. Corona got me fucked up. But yeah, that's Mark Jackson. Like Jeff Van Gundy will make a lighthearted comparison, be like, "Don't do that." Like, and he go into his thing. But I'm still entertained by them. Yeah. I don't really have a problem with them. And then as far as like inside the NBA, I mean, I love that panel. I don't really watch them for information. I watch them to be entertained. Yeah, because it's a perfect team. You got Ernie, Charles, Kenny, and Shaq. Yeah, like it's funny as hell, especially after the games because they be on for like an hour after the games.
They be roasting the team sometimes, especially Charles Barkley.
Well, yeah, they do, and I guess that's what people were saying. I mean, they have a different job than the actual commentator during the game. And I think, again, inside the NBA, I wouldn't want that to change. I think it's that shit is funny.
I think that's when he was talking about Draymond.
As a matter of fact, I don't know why I didn't write that down. Had you been paying attention to that this week?
Yeah, I was playing to the comebacks.
Yeah, him and Draymond were going at it in the video.
Going hard.
Charles Barkley said that Draymond was like that guy on the band team or something like that who don't realize they not cheering for him.
But find out you said next to Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
That shit hurt, dog.
Hey yo, Barkley is fire with the shots. He is fire with the shots. Did you? So
I don't know what's the origin behind it.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't know if Draymond Green came at him this week or not.
I don't know because in the past Charles Barkley praised Draymond because his versatility. Right. So I don't know what deteriorated the relationship.
I think Draymond said something about rings this week after being criticized. Probably. I think.
Okay. So they're gonna trigger Barkley regardless.
And then. Yeah, they made that Justin Timberlake comment. That shit was fire. Right. That was fire. So, yeah, that's... and even Daryl Morey, our Rockets guy, had a problem with that. I think he's referring to inside the NBA. We talk about every time you turn on the TV, you got the game's veterans or the older retired players saying, like, oh, regular season doesn't matter, so why would the fans watch it if, that's the type of negativity you're hearing. But... Yeah, inside the NBA, entertaining. And then back to Stan Van Gundy, I was gonna say I really like his calls of the game because he does. I'm probably not Tony Romo level of like calling stuff, but he can actually like break down the game as he's watching it really well.
As you expect from a coach.
Yeah, exactly. It's beautiful. Yeah. And the only thing when Steve, it's been so long since Steve Kerr was the coach. I can't really remember his call style. Not a coach, a commentator. You remember when Steve Kerr used to commentate?
Vaguely.
Yeah,
I mostly remember from the around the NBA where they sit down and talk about old days.
That's a good show.
The panel.
I might have to live on that for now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a good
old
show.
YouTube videos.
Yeah, he actually was a commentator in the NBA before going on to get the Warriors gig. Yeah, I can't remember his ability as a commentator. I'm pretty sure
he was pretty good. The way he speaks now, it seems like he know what he's talking about when he commentate the game.
All right. You like Hubie Brown?
No, I don't remember. He don't really poke out to me.
The one that he explains everything in really long wind. He's the one who talks kind of slow.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I can't remember him saying anything that I can bring up now.
Yeah, he's the one. He's very memorable because I think you see him on Sundays mostly, and after anything happened, like he will explain it in detail. Like he'll go in detail and explain it. Like, all right, now what just happened here was.
Is that a good or bad?
I mean, I think it's kind of it's funny because of how. It's just funny in the manner that he does it, but yeah, I think it's good because he explains it.
He's explaining it.
Maybe sometimes
like it's still 3 plays down. He's still explaining it. Like
maybe sometimes that's what I was saying. Maybe sometimes there's a play that don't really need to be explained. Like we saw it and it was like we got that, but you never miss anything with Hubie Brown on there. Like if you're a person like if you're watching the NBA and you're visually impaired, like Hubie Brown, you watch the game.
That would be great for listening to the game.
Yeah, you could do great with Hubie Brown. And of course, Mike Breen, national treasure. That's why he got so many finals. Bang. Mike Breen, legendary. Protect him at all costs. Yeah. So yeah, that's my bit with us. I don't even know how we got into that bit about commentators.
Just at all.
I don't know how we got there.
I know you talking about somebody just became a commentator or something. I don't know.
Oh, about coaches becoming commentators, yeah. Because then we were talking about Jack Vaughn at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened there. Yeah, so, all right. Now I'm pretty sure that's the NBA side. I guess we will see where we are in another week with the virus, and we'll be able to tell if we're trending towards having a season or not, but I'm not optimistic. I think we're headed towards cancellation.
Yeah.
I think we are headed towards cancellation, which is a shame because we had a lot of... Damn, bro, we just had the Battle of L.A., bro.
Yeah.
This was the year we were going to get Lakers and Clippers.
Yeah, man.
And now we don't even know if that's ever going to happen. No, I'm going to need some time to soak over this one. Well, yeah, that will be the NBA portion. And people, of course, ask questions as they do every week. But first of all, I did want to ask you... You were into the NFL, so did you ever have any experience with NFL 2K back in the day?
Nah, no. Only game I played was Madden.
Okay.
Madden. Never.
So you never even knew.
If you watch NFL, if you NFL head, you only play Madden.
Right. Well, because for a while that was really, it was kind of like NBA versus NBA Live.
Yeah, Madden is the only NFL game.
So you had never heard any of the lore with 2K5, like how good that of a football game that actually was,
no.
And everything. Oh, okay.
People always say Madden. It's like when you try to open that conversation, they start with Madden and it's territory. So just leave it at Madden. I'm not familiar with that. Right. If they can make it like a 2K game, I will purchase.
Well, because now they are. That's what I was gonna say. NFL 2K21 will be the first 2K's realm back into NFL. So I guess we're gonna have a Madden game and we're gonna have a 2K football game next year. So not this year, but next year, because they just for the way it happened was I actually did a video on this a while ago. NFL 2K5 had like so much success, and they cut down the price back then when they sold it so that people would try it out, and people bought it and they were like, this game is fucking amazing, basically. And so EA on a real gangster move, they went and got like an exclusive deal with the NFL and basically kicked NFL 2K out of the realm. That's why we hadn't had an NFL 2K since that's 15 years now.
Yeah.
But they'll be back next year. So 2K will have a basketball game for PlayStation 5 and they'll have a football game. So that's pretty interesting because I guess people have had their gripes with Madden for a long time, and I don't know whenever you stopped playing or not. It's probably been a while.
Yes, but that's crazy. They're gonna go against Madden because Madden is one of those. Madden's not like NBA Live at all. Madden is a
oh yeah, no. Yeah, I was saying like when you had NFL 2K, NFL 2K was like the live basically, and
so if they do have the same type of setup or how 2K NBA 2K do it, I will buy that just to play with it.
Yeah, that might be my introduction into NFL because I don't know NFL at all. I don't really care about it, but the fact that 2K is, I'll try it out.
They have like some type of My Career where you can actually, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if Madden has something like that right now.
I'm just saying, it works down the line.
Only thing is, who knows? Because the way 2K is now with like the microtransactions and stuff like that, I don't know how much expectations we should have for NFL to be like a great experience, but they'll want to hit hard on their first time out, definitely.
Of course.
That'd be interesting because if 2K already got like a chokehold on the NBA sector with because NBA Live, as far as I'm concerned, is probably not coming back to make a stand. So,
but the problem with chokehold, I think people get lazy because they know they got.
Absolutely.
So I don't want that to happen.
Absolutely, yeah, because that would be crazy if NFL came in. I think Madden's base is probably too big to be choked out like that. But then again, I don't know because Live was up there at one point too. So yeah, if you had 2K exclusively handling the sports, then that's going to be interesting. But that is something to watch out for in 2021 if we're still here. So yeah, I had NFL 2K. I guess we'll move on to a anime type thing because you actually did do some prep with that because we had a question from a fan actually asking us about the return of Bleach or the reboot possibility. Now I don't really know Bleach like that because I know what it is, but I'd never actually gotten into it. But you watched it. You did not read the manga. You said you didn't want to.
Well, like the reason I usually read manga if I got introduced to the beginning of the anime and manga. But the fact that I got introduced to Bleach as an anime. Mm-hmm. You don't want to watch an anime for like 10 years and go to manga for the last chapter. You just lose it. It loses lust.
Because you can't expect the fan base to want to do that.
Exactly. Either. So what happened was, to my understanding, is I think Kubo, the creator, I guess it was a financial issue or disagreement with the people that do the production, so they wasn't able to do the last arc.
Right.
But after I read this video, a couple of videos I was watching, that because it's some 20th anniversary, they returning, but I believe it's just to finish out the last arc.
So no, it's not a reboot.
It's to finish. They had the manga done, completed. They just want to have the animation version because it was a great arc, I guess, and so people want to see the the visual aspects of it.
Okay, so that's cool.
Maybe they do like a Boruto season 2, like a spinoff with Next Generation, but I don't. The way it ended, I don't know how you can. Right. Finesse that.
And was that confirmed? Like that, or is this like?
It's strongly confirmed. Multiple reports confirmed.
Okay, so
it's not. Let's keep Kubo come out and say yes. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he's going to the 2020 anniversary event in Japan with the language he used, meaning that he has new Bleach material, stuff like that. So that's why people assume it's a reboot. But I think it's to finish out the last arc.
And how old is Bleach?
Bleach is 20 years old.
Yeah, okay, 20th anniversary.
Yeah, it was for a long time. It was the big three. It was Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece.
Okay,
that was the big three of shonen.
Right,
that was the big three for like 10 years.
Okay,
yeah,
and so they're gonna come out and finish that, and so that's cool because like I feel like I'm at that place with Hunter. It's a little bit different. They're not even finished with all the manga of that show yet.
Well, apparently people keep getting sick over there, man. They get like exhausted. Kubo got exhausted. Is Hunter getting exhausted?
Yeah, he has like an actual health issue. Something with
his back. A lot of manga artists is getting
that's a hard thing. But is Hunter, because where we both watched all of Hunter x Hunter, so we got to our parts of the show where it stops and then it goes to manga. But like I'm asking,
so you got to the part where he met his dad and all that.
Yeah. Okay, I got to the very end.
Okay, cool.
So then what I'm asking though, like, has the manga, to your knowledge, has the manga actually finished the whole show, or is it still going?
The manga is not done, no.
So that's not even done yet.
All right, I think they just finished dark content, or they almost done with dark content. Okay. That's the next arc after the anime visual.
Yeah.
Where you at?
And Hunter 2 is like 20 something years old because it was going on in like the 90s.
What happened was it's old, but they stopped and revised it. So it came out a long time ago, but they revised it and rebooted it and brought it back out.
Okay.
So some have the same source material. Like that's why you look at an old picture like super old looking.
Yeah, that's what this whole thing confused me with. So if I have that right, like you had the 90s version that looks kind of older, and then they stopped that. Do you know where that one stopped?
I don't know specifically where they stopped, but I know they rebooted it, and that's why it's a better animation.
Yeah, so they came back and they rebooted it and finished it all the way up to his dad.
Right.
And then now, so we're at the manga part. Because like I'm at that part where I guess you as a Bleach fan, you're a Bleach fan.
I am.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Hunter, where I got to the end of that and it was like, man, I was enjoying the animation here. And now I
ain't trying to read Dark Content. And Dark Content's a great arc, but I'm not trying to read it, man.
I have a feeling we're gonna have to. We're gonna be sitting here in like 20 years just now getting the
like I don't understand how people can read action scenes.
It's hard.
Like I'm not trying to see no kicks. I gotta see this.
Yeah, because especially the way Hunter was going with the story, like it was amazing. Like there was so much with Hisoka and Kurapika that to me wasn't really answered. And Hisoka versus Gon, because that was supposed to be a big thing. Like the whole show was like a cat and mouse thing with them. Yeah. Like it was like an underlying thing, and it just didn't.
I ain't trying to see the rock paper scissors on a
right.
Like no.
Yeah, but that's the thing. In the video we were watching, I overheard the guy say, and I don't know. I started to Google. Yeah, that's accurate. But he said like $1 million for an episode of anime. That's crazy. Like
even if it's not as 1 million, but the fact that it's high in that number. And that's why you need an investor to invest so they can make the money back.
Right.
So I think that was the issue with Bleach. They wasn't making the money. That's value, how much they put in to make the production. So the investors pulled out. I don't know
that's interesting
details.
Because Bleach was really popular, like you said.
But again, I don't. To our point of view, my point of view, yes, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know it's part of the big three.
Right.
Like DBZ, we know it's big, regardless if the numbers or not.
They're still making games, and they're buying the games, and so money's not really an issue for them.
That's why he said Brawley movie it would cost $8.2 million to make, but he made over $100 million back.
Right.
So
rightfully so. That was you never saw the Brawley movie, did you? Brawley movie was amazing.
So investors gonna constantly be involved in super DBZ products.
Absolutely. Well, good for Bleach fans that y'all are probably gonna get.
I do want to see that last arc because
Yeah, see, animated.
I got mad as hell when I found out it was.
I would have too. Could you imagine that? Like the fact that it was. I mean, because again, that's where I feel like is that the same thing as Hunter? Like, is that how you feel with Hunter? Yeah, because it's like
when I watch Bleach, I had to wait on a Tuesday or Thursday to watch episodes.
Oh yeah, that's even worse.
So when I waited, Thursday came, it was nothing. I'm like, okay, what was going on, y'all?
They're like, yeah, so we have these issues here for you. Like,
right.
Like, pick it up at your local. Back then it was probably Borders or something.
Yeah, like
fuck you mean?
Yeah, I went on Thursday and none got uploaded. Like, hold on, y'all.
I would have been hot. That'd have been like with DBZ knowing that the Boo Saga, but they like, yeah, you got to read the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good there for Bleach fans and for whoever asked that. Y'all will get y'all show back. This is actually another question that's loosely related. Somebody asked it. It wasn't really even a question actually. It was just Hunter x Hunter versus Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I didn't know what that acronym meant.
You just not you saw FMAB.
Yeah, that's like, I'm trying to break it like what?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were really asking here.
Like what's better?
Yeah, with Hunter. Well, we've seen them both, but I'm not
Full Metal.
Yeah,
what? Full Metal, bro.
Just off bat.
Yeah.
Really?
First of all, Hunter's not even completed yet.
Yeah.
Like, fam, no.
Yeah, I guess since it's not even completed, Full Metal kind of has the unfair advantage. I mean, but let's not short Hunter. That's still one of the greatest shows I've seen, even to the point that it's at. Like,
well, Full Metal is in everybody's top 5.
Yeah,
I don't know Hunter got that type of praise yet.
Yeah, Full Metal is absolutely legendary. That's one show where I say like if you're not into anime or you've never been but you wanted to get into it, yeah, that's like one of those like starter packs basically. Yeah, it's Full Metal. Pack, yeah, because that's really where I had started when I used to have the Dragon Ball Z DVDs. You know, they would always have commercials for other stuff, and I always saw something like Full Metal, but back then I wasn't into any other kind of anime, so I was like, I was trying to skip, but I would always see Full Metal. So finally, back in like 2013, I saw the original first, the regular Full Metal.
Sorry.
I mean, but I didn't know there was such thing as Brotherhood at that point. That's how I still enjoyed the original, but then I saw Brotherhood, and I think it made it better that I saw Brotherhood afterwards, because I really appreciated Brotherhood after that, cutting some of the and condensing some of the things.
If you watch the regular, it was so long.
Right.
I was like, yo, this is mad long.
Yeah, I think it's time for me to watch Brotherhood again as well, though, because
it's a great anime, man.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's the animation is beautiful, even though it's
their story, their reason for becoming state alchemist. Everything is it was no why I don't make sense moment in that series.
Right, and it was really no dual episodes either. I think in Full Metal Brotherhood, there was never really. I don't think
there was no fillers. So
Brotherhood was no filler. Yeah, that's the thing.
And plus, it was very mature.
Yeah,
people's like getting ripped up and dying.
Yeah. So until Hunter actually finishes,
finish should have an anime.
Say what?
I gotta be animated. I ain't want to read no manga, man.
Oh, you're saying until they actually animate?
Yeah, when Dark Hunter get animated, then we can revisit this.
Knowing how much it costs now, I'm like, bro, and knowing that this guy, like you said, he has like health problems too. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wouldn't hold my breath about ever seeing an animated ending to Hunter x Hunter, which was the most disappointing thing when I was watching it, because you guys recommended it to me, and so I put time into watching it only to find out the show wasn't actually complete. Like, that was it completed up to the point that it was supposed to, but yeah, that was
Dark Continent on the I'm horrible with names. The clown guy,
Hisoka.
He actually fights the leader of the Phantom Torb. That's only in Dark Continent.
Yeah, which is again, that's something that I was looking forward to I thought that was gonna happen in the show when I was watching it, and I knew what his goal was. I was I can't wait to see
Netero's son get introduced.
Yeah.
So like, yo.
Yeah, I mean, inevitably, I'm gonna end up reading it. Like, you're reading it.
I'm forced to, but fam, the battle scenes on Dark Continent Tournament, you want to actually see this. I don't want to see still pictures of this. Right.
Yeah, like I said, 2040, mark your calendar. 2040. I see, but I'm telling you, at this rate, like, hey, man, like, manga finish, and then they get the budget, and man, that's what happened there. That's what I see there. So that's Hunter. That is Bleach. I have not continued watching Code Geass. This week kind of threw me for a run, so I hadn't really been watching.
Understandable.
Yeah, I hadn't really been watching anything. I did keep watching Dragon Ball, a little bit of Dragon Ball though. I saw King. I was confused. I thought the very last thing that happens in Dragon Ball, I thought the last thing that was going to happen was King Piccolo getting killed. I thought that was like the last episode.
I thought that too.
Yeah, because I'd actually throughout my life I've seen that scene where he spit out the egg.
Yeah,
and whatnot. I thought that was going to be the last episode. I didn't think that was. We still have 20 left, and we have the little Piccolo and Piccolo Jr. basically coming out. So I have no clue how it ends now. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, King Piccolo. I know you were asking me last week about him as a villain. It seems like he went kind of easily because after Goku, came back with that liquid, like it was just like a game to him, basically. Yeah. So, I guess that's the start of like the whole pattern of the show.
Well, after that, Goku started eating everybody, even even in regular Z.
Right.
When Goku come, he gonna win eventually.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the start of the pattern of like bad guys really strong. Good guys not strong enough. They do something. They come back. They're way stronger. Like,
that's DBZ. The foundation of all this.
Yeah, so I've already seen the first part of that. So yeah, but not much has really gone on this week because of that, because of everything going on. What's going on out there? This is a question that actually carried over from last week, and I hadn't brainstormed at all either. But they were asking like one of your like favorite movies that you used to like to watch as a kid that you don't mess with anymore. Do you have any favorite movie as a kid that you don't mess with anymore? I hadn't actually brainstormed for that.
Well, I know yours.
Not what?
Yours, Like Mike.
I still mess with Like Mike.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Like Mike's still fire. Like Mike is still. Did I?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't watch Space Jam as a kid, so that didn't. I mean, I think this is more show oriented than movies.
Because movies is movies.
Yeah, movies like I still like Air Bud. I watch Air Bud when I was younger. What? you never seen Air Bud basketball version?
No, I'm straight. No,
you never saw it?
No.
Oh, that's why you don't understand. That shit was fire.
And it's like the Beethoven dog.
Yeah, it's like the
I'm straight
golden retriever or something like that.
I'm good.
That movie fire. Yeah, movies. I feel like movies kind of stick, especially because we grow and get nostalgic about them.
Well, plus I'm also kid at heart, so even animated shows, I still fuck with.
Right.
Well, I can binge watch X-Men the '90s series right now and
really
be like all into it. Spider-Man '90s series.
See, those are the things I can't do.
You like, tripping, dog?
Straight like series like those.
So you can't watch the Spider-Man '90s series?
Well, I didn't grow up with that anyway. So, but I'm saying like a show like. Yeah, there's certain things that don't stick. I mean, obviously something like Power Rangers wasn't meant to stick. So, but that's the one thing I loved as a kid. That's just complete ass now. I look at it, yeah.
Yeah, it's one series, one. It's like hella versions.
Yeah.
I think of the Space Turbo one. I fuck with hard.
Oh, but yeah. So your comment with like. See, that's what I was saying. So you saying like the X-Men and stuff from the 90s.
I get nostalgia watching those. That's
right.
Why.
I have shows from when I was a kid though, like cartoons that I really I can't watch it. Like as much as I love Ed and Eddie, I really can't sit down and watch an episode anymore.
You can't?
I just can't. I can put it on and maybe zone out and start scrolling on my phone, but I don't think I can really just sit down and be like fully.
So
interested.
You can't watch Cowardly Dog right now.
But that's the one. That's what I had in my head when I said that. Now I can watch Cowardly Dog because every episode had a really nice like flow to it. So that's something. But something like that, Kids Next Door, like Foster, I can't really sit down and watch those anymore.
I can watch Samurai Jack still.
Samurai Jack was more like it's not an anime. I don't count as anime, does it?
It's a yeah.
That's anime.
Well, it's not anime, but it's a cartoon.
Right.
It's just hard to say what it is, like because the drawing style of it. But
yeah, they used to come on
Cartoon Network, so
they used to come on Adult. So that show didn't have talking, right?
Barely, fam.
Yeah.
Barely talking.
All I remember was like him
staring at people.
Yeah, and he walk into a place and like everyone look at it. Yeah, it was like
that's it. All it was talking was the evil shadow
Sekou,
thing.
Was that his name?
Sekou.
Yeah. That's why I never got into that show because it would come on late at night and just be mad quiet.
That'd be funny.
Like
no one saying a word.
Like we walk in a room with bad guys and you know it's on site. Like nobody say anything, but like they look at each other, you know it's on site immediately.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you knew from back then.
Right.
Yeah. So I wasn't really into that. So to answer this question, I really don't have a movie that answers this question because movies stick. I still like Fast and the Furious. None of those have really.
Yeah, cause we got most nostalgia. You know, that's why I love I can watch a movie that I don't think. Maybe RoboCop, the first one was super trash.
You used to like that when you were younger.
Yeah, that's just super trash now.
I don't think I've actually ever seen that.
But even
I heard of it.
Oh, Bloodsport, Rob Van Dam. I love it as a kid. I hate it now. Bloodsport, Rob Van Dam. Horrible movie.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it's older than me, so it's like an 80s.
Oh, yeah. See, it's easier with movies like that have aged so much. It's easier like that. I feel like a lot of my childhood stuff hadn't aged that badly.
But when I was watching it in like late 90s, early 2000s, even though it was even a decade older than that, I love martial art movies. But when I watched it in 2010, it's like, yeah, who produced this garbage?
Who is this? Whose man's is it?
Yeah, that was super hard.
Was Blade like that for you?
No, I still watch Blade.
You still watch Blade?
Yeah, Blade. Yeah.
Yeah, Blade used to be on in the car all the time. I never paid attention to it, so I don't have any like.
That privileged child. I got TVs in the car.
Yeah, no, at a point, yeah, we did have TVs in the Lexus actually back in the day.
But no, Blade 1, 2, I fuck with it regardless.
Okay, so that's still.
And plus, that's early 2000. Plus, it got blood, gory, R-rated, so it's a little different.
Right. Yeah, a lot of my content just didn't age that badly. Like the Transformers movies, they didn't age that badly. I can still watch those today. So
like, I don't know how you can watch Yu-Gi-Oh. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh, you tried it, but you stopped.
I tried,
it's too stupid.
I attempted, I there was an attempt there, but it was mostly for kids. Was the thing where I couldn't get through it. Like
throwing cards, hurting people's hands. I don't know.
At a certain point, so yeah, that goes. Yeah, this is more of a show question than movie thing, honestly. This was also a question that was carried over from last week. Somebody had asked us about one artist. If we had one artist to listen to for the rest of our lives, who would it be? I know that's a tough one for you because you're a real music guy. This is honestly more. I know
who you gonna name. I probably got an idea who you gonna name. Who you gonna name?
If I had to listen to one artist for the rest, you go.
Nah. I got a harder shit. Pick your person, man.
If I had to listen to one artist for,
damn. It's kind of hard, bro.
Yeah, it has to be somebody versatile that can give you.
I don't think I could give a. It's what like when it comes to genres. If it's going to be hip hop, I got to be one of those versatile people. Mm-hmm. But me, I don't think I pick a hip hop artist because I might get insane. I might go insane after like a year of straight.
Right. After a year of listening to Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I might go insane. So I might have to pick like a singer type.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I really believe if I pick like a hip hop artist, I'm going insane after a year.
Yeah, after a year.
Unless you got like a Drake got very versatile.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Drake has a super versatile catalog. So if you had to pick one, then like, because
I don't want to be the one that picked Drake. So you pick Drake. You pick Drake.
I'm saying because people Drake hate is popular. Oh, yeah. Hear me out on this one. If you had to have one to listen to for the rest of your life, he got you when you emotional. He got you when you hype. He got you in every single mood. I don't know a whole lot of artists out there that's gonna get you when you in every single mood. Because even a Lil Wayne, like he don't have something for every mood. Does he? Like,
and plus his voice can get
like he's close to, like he got some sentimental stuff like that song How to Love. You remember that back in like 2010?
Yeah, but the thing about Wayne is that he's versatile, but I think his voice might drive you crazy after a year of listening to number Wayne.
Yeah, some of his bars are just reckless too.
Yeah,
like the other day I just for no reason turned on Dedication 4. It's like some like super savage shit like every song. Like you still don't want to play that if like your people are around.
Is your answer Drake?
What's your answer?
Damn. All right, my answer. I'm saying I'm not gonna pick
I'm not picking Drake. I'm just saying give me somebody.
I'm not picking a hip hop artist because of I know I don't have an artist that I can pick. So again, it's my first time seeing this, so I'll give me a minute to think. Let me think. But your answer is Don. Stop fronting. Go pick Drake.
I didn't say I picked
who your
Drake.
person is then.
No, I'm saying I didn't say I picked Drake. I'm not the one that picked Drake. I'm just saying like if you can give me another artist,
I can't.
That's going to be all right. So you just picked Drake for me. Then that's what happened. Because unless you can give me another artist that's gonna be able to cover me for the rest of my life, that's a big decision. I don't know who else is gonna cover every genre for the rest of my who's gonna cover every mood for the rest of my life. So. You just picked Drake for me.
One artist for my life, Jesus.
It's hard. Uzi, by any chance? Nah, man. I know his new stuff just dropped.
Even my hip hop head artists, I can't listen to 24 hours a day.
Right.
Yeah, you know how I feel about my hip hop people, but
right.
Let's go ahead and put the podcast in.
All right, that's cool.
So I can brainstorm.
All right, well, somebody got existential on us, anyways.
All right,
because we had a question here. I guess Corona got people feeling existential now. I can't. I'm busting off a bunch of science tweets on Twitter. Anyways, you hadn't seen any of those, have you? Okay, yes. People who are listening understand, but. Somebody asked us, what is the point of living if we won't be remembered? The way you squinting right now. All right, you got existential. It said, what is the point of living? If you were going to rot, if you were going to pass away, and billions of years are going to pass, and eventually you're going to be forgotten, ain't going to be nothing here, what is the point?
Well, that was one of my biggest fears growing up, not to be remembered. The not be impactful to people where after you pass, you're not going to be remembered.
Right.
That was the one biggest fear. Because when you're not remembered, that means you didn't do nothing of significance in your life to change, whatever the case may be. But
Right.
of what he said, what's the point?
Yeah, he said, "What's the point?"
Is he? Is this person like in good mindset? I don't know.
I mean, I think it was the profile picture was blank. I think it was like one of them like it's one of them blanks. I don't know. Because I put one of my science tweets this morning. Cause I just been fucking with people. I don't know. People just like the NBA season is gone, so I'm just tweeting.
Well,
I'm
gonna take the higher optimistic role. Is if you live your life, I don't want to sound cheesy, but the most of you make the most of your life. I believe you will be remembered in some capacity. I don't know what kind of mindset this person is. He got a blank Abby.
I don't know. I think.
He's like, what's the point of
living? I get your concern there. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, cosmic perspective and like bigger than you perspectives are difficult because people always wonder like, what does that have to do with me? The fact that because the thing I was saying is like I had a funny tweet this morning because like the NBA is gone, so I just be tweeting like random shit now, like random scientific shit now. And so one of them had like a shoot your shot message to it because I was like, like, at the end of the day, like we all doomed basically. Right. Like at the end of the day. But then it was like, yeah, but okay, it's gonna take billions of years for what you're talking about to come to fruition. But she can leave me on red in the next 10 minutes. Like, so what do the other billions of years have to do with me basically? So when you try to have, I guess the question people have is like when you try to have like that cosmic perspective of like my place in the universe, like fam, all right, cool, but like tomorrow's tomorrow still. Right. I gotta deal with some shit if I feel like it. So I guess that's the thing that's going on there. I guess that's probably how I would answer that question is like, day-to-day affairs basically. It's like the fact that
what's the point of living if you know you're not gonna be remembered?
Yeah, because I mean I don't know so much as if this question is about like you're not gonna have an impact on people as much as it is just at the end of the day, like when this all ends, it's likely everything is gonna go blank, like universe, heat, death, all that shit like that. You know what I mean? Things gonna disappear and like. Right. So it's asking like, what's the significance of today? Basically, I guess the significance of today is like I think stuff like that doesn't actually matter as much. It's almost like that question of what if we lived in a simulation right now? Like, would it even matter? Because at the end of the day, we're here day to day. We're in a simulation, yeah. Yeah, we're here. Like you got to deal with your day to day and try to live good while you're here. Because I mean,
but if the person really feeling like he's not or he or she is not. It's not important to people's lives. Just live your life, and it's the most of it. So I really believe anybody that live a life in that type of perspective will be remembered by somebody.
Right.
Even if you feel like you're not getting attention or, You don't have like existential universal crisis. I do, but not at this, and I'm not really to answer those questions at this moment, and like. Prompt those questions out.
You know what?
Willing to just prompt those questions now. Probably next podcast. I got a whole bunch.
Oh, word?
Yeah. What's the meaning of all things?
That sounds like don't hold. I mean, if you have,
ask me at the moment, I don't have anything I would like to add to the podcast on this type of content.
Shit about to get crazy.
Yeah. So like it is
ripping space and time and shit.
Yeah. Got a few.
I didn't know. I never asked you.
Got a few past the blunt questions. So these are questions you like. What I mean past the blunt. These type of questions that I mostly hear when you under some type of influence or some type of like you want to count like why is life
like, you start wondering about, I mean it's fun. Those do generally fall under like pass the blunt type questions probably too, but that all is interesting stuff too at the end of the day. Like place in the universe type questions, all that stuff is really interesting because there's a million ways to go with that, especially once you start watching like space documentaries and shit. You all that? You are? What the fuck? Where did this come from? I didn't know this. I got
a whole bunch of darker than Netflix I'll be watching.
Netflix, really? They got space stuff on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I just be watching like the same YouTube documentaries and stuff like that.
Send me the link. I don't know those.
Yeah. There's a channel called Naked Science with all types of.
It makes you question like reality and stuff.
I think anytime you start to study space and stuff like that, it make you question reality. Like when you start to just something as simple as like distances between planets and shit like that start to make you quite like nail. Dang nail. Not just something as simple as like planets between distance between planets, because like in our brain you realize you can't really fathom that. Like when you talk about the distance between like right here, and like the star that's the next star closest to us besides the sun, and they say it's like a certain amount of light years away. Like it doesn't mean anything to our brain. We can't actually like process.
Like what is a fucking light? How long is the light year? It's crazy.
Yeah, because they tell you like you can travel for like thousands of years and still
I like when they do those little. It's equivalent of you doing
scale
on
the planet. Those help like when they put something on a planetary scale. I've seen those before. Like they go into an open field and say like, okay, like you're here and the next star is here. That kind of stuff actually does help, because otherwise you can't process it. But stuff as simple as that make you question that. Black holes, all that shit. All right, cool. I'm gonna have to write some of that down for the next podcast because I didn't know that you.
Hopefully Rob be here to answer your questions. Yeah, he's into that too.
He is. I didn't know that.
He studied the Matrix. I'm assuming he's studied
the Matrix. Yeah, I didn't know.
I think you have to be. It's like required.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely add some stuff to that thing, because I thought this was just stuff I looked at like 2 o'clock at night. So you see these?
I thought you'd be watching those fucking like the meat packing videos.
Meat packing? What do you mean?
Yeah, animals getting cut up and stuff. Remember,
I see it. Yeah, but we were in college. I used to watch that. Yeah, there was a time.
You be eating like eating Skittles, watching this stuff, like disgusting.
Well, no, because that was when I discovered that all that stuff that goes on in like the meat industry.
But the fact you be eating Skittles, like, that's crazy. And people like a cow getting the head torn off, like, sounds wild, man. Like you sick.
What am I gonna do about that though? It was fast. Certain things are fast. Like it's just kind of like how
it was too gory, too much blood, and
it's like the conversation we had like a couple of weeks ago where I was saying like I don't cry during fictional movies because like I don't have any like thing to relate it to.
I don't understand how seeing an animal get butchered.
Right.
Like, remember the guy.
Hey, just so y'all know, we're not talking about no wild shit right now. Like, no satanic shit.
It was a documentary, I guess, how meat is being processed. Whatever. It was in college, and people that worked there, I'm sure they say this, because one guy cut the cow neck, and you like, that's crazy.
Yeah, you did.
But it's crazy. You watch this and don't flinch, but you trip when the hair is in your food.
Yeah, because the food
how
is
that equivalent?
Huh?
That should be. That's how a hair and food make you want to turn your stomach. But seeing a cow.
Wait, no, I don't want hair in my food, but I think you got the wrong person here. I never like be like, oh shit, like I never like flip my shit.
I remember we was in the cafeteria and the idea of hair in your food, you like. You made this face like you about to like throw up.
I don't think that was me, but if I did, it was because it's like, yo, what they doing back there? Like,
okay, I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't think that was me. I really don't. I remember a lot of funny stories, but I don't remember this one. But to your point about the meat processing thing, because that's what we were talking about. I started watching stuff about the meat industry one time in college and how they like the animal slaughter and stuff like that. And to your point about like the type of people that work in those, that is kind of crazy. It'd be straight like slitting throats like it's nothing, just like hacking at it, just and you hear all the screams and stuff like that. You said those are sadists that work.
Yeah, it is sadists, man.
To get any kind of enjoy, to be able to do that all day and like not
and go on lunch after this.
Yeah, right. Bro. Lunch break, like
let's go.
You hear the cows in the other room. You just go on lunch break, like nothing.
You dancing up, you stepping over like hooves and stuff.
I can never
to get your lunch box.
I absolutely can never participate. I can eat, but I can't participate in that shit though. That is wild. Oh gosh. But before we got on to that, I was gonna ask you, like, had you seen my last few stories about them science documentaries?
No, I'm gonna check it out.
I was talking about the stupid zoom in that they do. I've been laughing at that in science documentaries. Like they have a scientist and they do like they do the zoom in thing and they zoom in on their face. That shit been sending me the last few nights because I was watching these documentaries and they do that all the time. Like, yes, a space theorist, this guy, whatever, and like the camera go down like a deep hole or something like that real fast and like zoom in on his face. That shit was killing me, bro. I'm like, what's the purpose of this? It's in every documentary. I'm like, every documentary since I was a kid. I was like, why are they doing this? All right, cool. So yeah, I'll definitely put some space stuff in the next one. I didn't know you were into any of that shit. That's real interesting stuff. I don't like the existential stuff right now, so I'm not going to do that last question. This will be the end right here. This was a question last week that didn't make it on it. They didn't make it onto the podcast where the dude was asking about the favorite basketball moment with each other. Yeah. Rod is not here, but that didn't even
with each other. I don't get it.
Like when we were playing basketball, like at Rollins. And
stuff
like
Baller's Life.
Yeah, no. I immediately had the funniest. My favorite story was I don't want to say names. That time when we call it
nicknames. Everybody got nicknames on the court, anyways.
Yeah, we'll just say D and K. Remember the dude kept getting his shit blocked? Remember it got quiet and awkward.
Dorsey.
Yeah.
The blocks. Yeah.
That's my favorite story. So just to tell it, because that was a question from this guy. It was when we were, this was like 2016, probably 2015. It was a guy we used to play with. We'll just call him K. And like he wasn't so much a shit talker, but he was just always real hype when he played, right? Was that his thing?
Well, he was overconfident though. He was.
Like overconfident, and he didn't really talk shit to you, but he was always like, yeah, let's go, like just talking like all the time. Every that we would play, he just talk a lot.
Nah, he was a shit talker. Bro.
He was a shit talker.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, I didn't remember that.
He could shoot. Mm-hmm. And he was overconfident. Yeah, he'll talk shit once he hit the shot.
Right. Yeah, so he would talk a lot. And so your friend, we'll call him G.
Detroit Jake, what up, boy?
We'll call him Detroit. Yeah, because that's fitting. Yeah, we'll call him Detroit. So Detroit is like a superstar baller. Like he's better than all of us. He played, I guess. What did he play? AAU back then?
Some collegiate level.
Yeah, he was really good. He's like lightning fast. One of the fastest people I ever played against. And so Detroit on one team, and you had K on the other. And so K used to like to talk a lot, but Detroit was running his shit. He had like 7 blocks that game, right?
The thing is, the game was quiet. Like nobody really said anything. So the only thing you heard was a ball getting like blocked and like hitting hitting like the black wall. Like.
Yeah, so in our gym upstairs where we played, there was a downstairs court, but in the upstairs court you had like the bleachers. That's what they were. So the wall was actually the back of the bleachers. So when things would hit that, it would echo. And so Detroit ran up like 7 blocks on K. And every time they were like hard blocks, and they would like hit the bleachers, and all you would hear an echo. But everybody that was on the court was quiet. K was quiet. We were quiet. And then out of nowhere, out of one of the blocks, Eric just breaks the silence and goes, "Hey, yo, B, what's good with the blocks?" Nobody said nothing. It was just like addressing the elephant in the room, because and the thing is, before that, he came that night. He came before Detroit, and he was hyped like he was his hype normal self. But during that game, like the energy level just came down to 0 because he kept.
I ain't seen him in 2 years after that, right?
Yeah, we didn't even play with him again after that. I don't think he came back after that.
And the crazy thing is that he kept trying to shoot over doors.
Yeah, that's how he racked up the blocks.
Like, fam, like do something else.
All right, like run a cut, like hit a
run
screen,
a play, man.
Yeah, so like
all you heard was like ball getting blocked
against the bleachers. So finally Eric just addressed the elephant in the room. He's like, "Yo, B, what's good with the blocks?" And nobody said nothing. Broke the silence. Yeah, that shit was funny. Yeah, we didn't really see. We saw K every now and then again, but like he never.
Yeah, it was never the same.
Yeah,
man.
Shit was never the same after that. I never saw him the same after that. So that was my favorite.
I think it is my same too. That's the most funniest one. Yeah, that's the most at the top of my head too.
Were you gonna say one before that or
no? I wouldn't. Yeah. I was brainstorming, but that was a good one. I can't think of no one that was that.
Yeah, because that one has a lasting impact, and I laugh about that every single time.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Because I can't describe the sound of when the ball hit the back of the bleachers every time, but like
I don't know why the game was so quiet, but nobody was speaking at all.
Like nobody. Yeah. Like I think at a certain point everyone was just kind of watching like the one-on-one that was going, and like you just kept hearing dong. And the height difference, just so y'all know, the height difference wasn't anything crazy.
Nah, they probably inch or two difference. Yeah,
Detroit was just like ridiculously athletic.
Yeah, crazy vert. So like every time the ball go, he was sitting in the back. And they were jump shots. He was at the rim.
It wasn't really like layups. It was straight like jumpers. Look at this shit straight slapped against the wall. So yeah, that was great. Yeah, that's my favorite moment, because like that you would have had to have been there just to realize like how awkward it was and how funny it became, and the silence of that, the whole dynamic of that game. That was it. But that is it for the Corona cast. This has been episode 44. Yeah, because like that was the first 26 minutes. Yeah, we will still be doing a podcast every week. We'll still be here. I don't know, like Rod is on indefinite absence.
He might come next week in a hazmat suit or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we get Rod a hazmat suit just in case we've contracted, and so he don't get his people jammed up. But yeah, we'll still be here every week. We'll have NBA history like we did kind of during the summer. We'll bring in some of that and cover whatever news is happening in the week, because I'm pretty sure we'll hear something most of these weeks until we figure out something solid. So there'll be that. Next week definitely there'll be some interesting space stuff, because like again, I thought I was the only one here with that interest. So yes, I think that will be it. Stay safe, wash your hands, shower regularly, and yeah, I think that's the best we can do right now in this country. The podcast is on Spotify and iTunes. If it is easier to digest there, links will be in the comment section and description. And yeah, we will see y'all next Saturday if we are still living.